Boy! Boo. Hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. We are on the most lit figure game. No cap. All I'm seeing is flames. Today we are opening up the Girls Frontline QBZ Type-95 1/4 scale figure, otherwise known as Narcissus. Narcissus? Narcissus? Narcissus. Narcissus from Freeing. So, boys, I saw this figure come up. I saw it come up in pre-orders when it was first announced in about September 21. And I really liked it because it's a 1/4 scale. It's a big girl, like these two. And she'll look nice. But I cancelled it at the time because I think it was delayed and I got annoyed being British. And I was like, I'm not waiting any longer. No. So then I cancelled it. Recently, it came back up on my UK email alert radar that one in the UK was being sold from MFC, which is my figure collection. It's the biggest database of Japanese figures, and people can post their own adverts to sell their own figures. It's very rare that you get one on there for the UK market. Like, if you go on there at the minute, there's hundreds of pages of advertisements of figures for sale. But I think only about 2 or 3 of those are actually for the UK. When I actually saw of that limited range, of that limited website, of that limited users sell a figure that I actually wanted, quids in. Messaged the guy, he sent me some pictures, really nice dude. I think his name was Booba Master, best friends already. He's done me a solid on this. I got her fairly cheap, considering her size and her demand, I suppose. I paid about $290 for her, which is really good considering her size. As you can see, she's fairly big. Without further ado, let's have a look at the box. Now, right next to me, you can't see, is what I've been staring at, is the gorgeous figure itself, not the illustration, an actual photo of the figure. And this is what is inside the box. So first off, the front is just a Windows pane, says Dolls Frontline, which actually Girls Frontline. This isn't a doll. There is a difference. It's just that this is their figure range from the mobile game Girls Frontline, where the girls are associated with guns. That's why she is called QBZ-95, which is a gun, which is her. So on the side, got this beautiful art of like Oriental, is it traditional Japanese perhaps? I'm not sure what they say or mean, but it looks awesome and I'm a big fan. But you have an actual photo of the figure itself. Might I add, her breasts are pointy. That was a big selling for this. She's like very cute and thigh, and I believe the stockings, fishnets on her are real fabric. Real fabric, boys. On the back, you have more shots of the girl herself. Different positions, different angles, and she's looking adorable. Then on the side, you have another window. What for, I don't know. So you can see some leg, I guess. And you have another illustration of the figure with more of those oriental-looking illustrations. Let's open this bitch up. I'm going to open it on the floor because she's too tall. And he included the instructions. What a boy. This thing is massive. Like the length of my arm. Okay, the instructions then. Very simple. Put A to B, B to C, D to F, double Ds to D. You know how sex works. Let's have a look at this. So underneath already, there is the base, which I'm going to take out first. I don't want it falling out. And might I add, that is a big base. That's a chunky boy. That's a big boy base. Not as nice as the ones for our other 1/4 ladies over there. Those are really thick, clear acrylic. These are acrylic, but it's kind of like, it's big. It's thin though, with some cross hatching, which I'm not a fan of because you can actually see it through the base. So when it's like that, yeah, maybe. And now the lady herself. All nice and wrapped up. Let's try and crack her out. So, as we saw in the illustration, she's kind of perched up against a little, like, coffee table, which we have here. It's one of my first, like, anime figure props. That's cool. Has a singular peg on it, so I imagine that goes in the peg hole. We have the gun itself, which is a QBZ Type-95. Her little fan. Or paddle. Oh, she heavy. She's so big. She's really heavy. She's heavier than Prince of Wales. But first impressions, nice. That thigh. She has Chun-Li leg pose. You know, look at this. These bits are like fabricy. She got panties on. Yeah, she does. She does. Don't worry, boys. Best part though, pointy boob. Got the instructions. Let's try and. Okay, I need to put the fan between her hands, like so. It's in her hands. That's mummy milf vibes if I've ever seen it, boys. What series is she from? Manga, anime, or both? Neither, actually. She's from a game. The game is called Girls Frontline, and this is QBZ Type-95. Okay, so the table goes like that. Oh, she sits like that? That's cool. A bit worried to pick her up. There we go. She sits on the table with her long leg. I really love the color scheme on this girl. It's not like something I have in my collection. I do have a Sonico with a similar vibe of this like pearlescent blue, but it's not as light as this. So I'm really enjoying this contrast with it, with the sexy black thighs and the real cloth, by the way, real cloth fishnets. That's nice. I'm not touching her up. It's just weird. You don't really get that. And her outfit's like, all it reminds me of is like Shangyi, the Chinese goddess of the moon, where it's a like lovely flowing pearlescent dress. And this is one of my first freeing figures, actually, which is surprising because freeing specialize in 1/4 figures, and I already own a couple of 1/4 figures, but those are Mimioi. But freeing usually tends to specialize in bunnies. Now, bunnies is an entire different like collection of anime figures. So freeing specialize in bunnies, 1/4 bunnies specifically, where they'll take any character of any show and make it a bunny, where they wear like, now by bunny I mean sexual bunny, so like they always have the corset, they always have the stockings, they always have the bunny ears, like casino kind of thing. This is one of few from freeing that actually isn't. Her pose is amazing, her sexiness is off the charts, she's very heavy. I would wish that the table would have a little more detail though. It is literally just a plain brown thing. They didn't really do anything to that, whereas the figure itself does have a lot of shading and it is nice. But this is a welcome addition to my collection, and I hope it fits on my shelf because she is very tall. Thank you for joining me for QBZ's Type-95 1/4 scale from freeing from Girls Frontline. Meh.